I wanted to surprise my wife with a small outdoor table for a backyard date night, but I didn't want to spend too much. So for under $30, here's how I used three 8-foot decking boards to make something that should last for years. First step is to cut everything with my miter saw, and to make a perfect cut, I first mark the length I need with a pencil. Then I line up the edge of the saw blade with the center of that pencil mark to get an exact cut every time. So I end up with 4 longer pieces for the tabletop, 3 medium length pieces for the shelf, and 3 of these shorter pieces will turn into all the legs and horizontal support members to hold the whole thing together. So I use my table saw to cut each of them into thirds. Smaller legs will help make the table look more sleek. Next, I want the table legs to be more slanted to make it look more stable and stylish. So I use my speed square to mark the angle of my cuts. So after making those angled cuts, I end up with 4 rhombuses, 4 trapezoids, and there's 1 rectangular piece that we'll come back to in a bit. Next part is the most important. I love making things out of wood, but my wife got a splinter the other day and it was a nightmare getting it out. So to avoid that situation, I sand every piece before assembly, especially the corners where the saw leaves those places rough. Finally, the most exciting part is putting everything together, and because some of these pieces are small, I need to pre-drill all of the connection points, otherwise the wood will split. Once I have 2 frames assembled, I use that last piece to attach them together. Then I'm able to screw all the boards onto the frames, and because this is an outdoor table, I leave a small gap in between each board to allow water to run off. Next, I test for stability, of course. Then I purchased this outdoor stain and sealer to use for our front porch, but I'm not convinced by the color yet, so I want to test it on this small piece to make sure we like it. So let me know what you think about the color on this table before we do it on something much bigger.